Hello, ladies. A little bit late. So busy. I meant to actually do this live yesterday and it just got away from me. I just had too much to do. And then I was going to do it in the night, and the little man in my life, he wanted to watch a movie with his mama. So that came first. Okay, here we are. Self-belief. This comes up all the time with my clients. One reason, because they are up-leveling. And when you up-level, your fear up-levels too. Hi, Kelly. Hello, ladies. Ooh, some people joining. That's cool. Yes, so when you up-level, your fear up-levels too. That's one point. I'll spot my screen. I'm going to talk to you about. But first of all, I'm going to tell you why you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself because, and this is the first level, because, and you might know this if you've done any counseling or if you've done any work or with a psych, this is the general stuff that they should be telling you, is that you'll have a lot of self-belief issues. You'll have a lot of underlying beliefs that were programmed into you, dumped onto you, internalized by you. They come from your parents. They come from the person whose voice you hear most telling you, don't do this, don't do that, you're not doing it right, which actually has nothing to do with you and who you are as a person, but more to do with that person's internalized processes. And mothers can be particularly critical of their kids, and without realizing that the way that their children are internalizing those criticisms means there is something wrong with you. If you can't do it right, there is something wrong with you. And that's what the child internalizes over and over again. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. So how do you, this is why it's so hard to have self-belief, because what you're believing in is already a program of someone that's not competent, not capable. So that's the first thing. So you need to get to those beliefs. Where are they? What are they? And they'll tie into things, and of course, in the moment that you made the belief, that's when it's stuck, because it's in your subconscious. Now, the second level of that, and the next issue, is that because you believed it, you manifested from it. So once an energy is active, once it's in your system, once it's locked in, and what happens when it locks in your subconscious is you get a feeling and you get a thought that wire together, and that feeling fires up in your body at the same time as the thought, and this is why you think it's true, and it's so not. This comes up all the time. It's that you think the feelings, that horrible gut feeling and that sinking feeling, you think that means it's true, it's real, it must be true. It's the opposite. And the reason you think it's true is because in the minute that you felt that feeling and you thought that thought and they wire together, you locked that in as truth. So whenever that feeling and that thought fire up again together, you think it's true because that's the decision you made in the moment. It's not true. And at the very basic level of identifying what's true and what's not true is you'll be able to identify it by the frequency that is in your body and how it feels, whether it's light or whether it's heavy. It's really that simple. What's not simple is all the layers in your subconscious, however, and breaking through them, because consciously you can know, fuck, I'm great. I'm fucking amazing. I can do this. I can do that. People tell me I'm amazing, and they will, because you are amazing, and you know it. There's so many aspects of you that know it, but you know it consciously. You don't know it in deep down at that deepest level that you can't yet get to, and that's the part that locked in the belief. Now, you have the belief, you manifest the energy, which means you manifest more people and more situations that come into your life and back up that belief, which again makes you think it must be true. I feel it, it must be true. I see it, it must be true. But what's actually true is that you're just manifesting the belief. You're seeing the mirror of your own beliefs. That's what your reality is. It's the mirror. So of course you're going to see it. Does it make it true? It might make it true for you. It might make it true that you manifest your own energetic patterns, but it doesn't make it true that the truest belief of that is there's something wrong with me and that's why I'm manifesting this. No, you're manifesting it because you believe it, because it's in your energetic system, and the energy is manifesting back to itself Experiences, people, situations, stories, evidence that fits that belief. Right. So the first part is you've got the beliefs. The second part is that you're manifesting it. The third part, and this is probably what your site won't tell you, is the reason you don't believe in yourself is because for years you've been letting yourself down. That's right. You've been lying to yourself. You've been putting up with shit. You've been cutting corners. You've been compromising. You've been selling yourself short. You've been selling your soul for security. You've been doing things that you know you shouldn't do, but you do anyway. And you don't trust yourself. And if you separate yourself from that, and you can see that it's not surprising that you don't believe in yourself, because why would you? You have all these beliefs, plus you haven't been acting like the person that you can totally believe in. This is why. This is the bit that it's the cold hard truth. You don't trust yourself. You don't believe in yourself because you don't trust yourself. You don't trust in yourself because you haven't been trustworthy. And here's the thing. To shift the belief, yes, you can do the belief work, and you should. You have to know what's down there. You really do. But if you don't, again, it's the conceptualizing. It's right. It's like, hey, I believe I'm amazing. Prove it. Prove it. Prove your self-belief. And this is the part, because people are waiting to believe in themselves first. Well, I'll believe in myself when what do you think it's going to look like? When a fairy comes down from the sky and taps you on the head and goes, boom, you can now believe in yourself. No, you have to prove it. You have to prove it. And here's the tricky part, because as you start up leveling and you start getting momentum and proving it, your fear is going to kick in. And it's kicking in because at the deeper level, you still hold a belief that there's something wrong with you. And your biggest fear is that you will try it and you will fuck up and fail and look stupid and be ridiculed and be ostracized and be sniggered at and be talked about and be judged. And you'll be that little girl again in the corner, breaking her heart, believing that who she isn't good enough, or what she has to offer isn't enough. It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. Your fear is protecting you. It's protecting you. It's protecting you from finding out. And because part of the mind part of you is believing, shit, if I get there and I find that I really am that little girl, because that's what I really deep down believe, then what? I've got no one to blame. I can't hide. I can't. But here's the thing. What you're not seeing is that this is the magic. What you believe is down there is not what's there. It's just not. That belief's a ghost. It's a fucking ghost. You have no idea how amazing you are and what you're capable of. But you will not access that part of yourself, and you will not know that part of yourself until you break through the fear. And here's the thing. You're coded with purpose. You truly are. And if you're following me and you're resonating with these lives and with my page, it's because you're at a certain level in your journey that you're ready to discover what that is, because you wouldn't be here otherwise. You'd be drifting off. You might come back, drifting off, come back, but you're ready, you know. But you can't get to that point because you have to go through the fire to get to that. You actually, not just because that's the way, but it's in going through the fire that allows that part of you to emerge. Because the genius codes that are in you, the part of you that's really gnawing at your little levels of consciousness and gnawing at your soul to get through, that part is enormous. Enormous. Your system can't hold that part right now. It's the codes of that part will it'll be like a blackout. It's like just gonna blow your system. And so the fear is actually protecting you from that. Does that make sense? It's protecting you from that until you're ready. And it takes, and this is what I mean about going through the fire, being part of the journey, is that it's going through the fire that your system gets ready for that bit to emerge. And that part of you won't come through when it's not safe. It won't, because your body can't hold it, your codes can't hold it, Your mind can't hold it. You are terrified of holding it. And so you'll dance around it and you'll piddle around and you'll make excuses and you'll fall into sabotage. And I have to finish up because I've got my group program happening soon, but it's just so juicy. And this is where a lot of women get to, where they're stuck in the sabotage, especially when they're up leveling and they're getting close. And that's why it drags you down. That's why it pulls you back. That's why it stops you doing the thing. Because what you're actually unearthing, I mean, it's a can of worms, except it's a pot of gold, you know, because it's not worms. It's not worms that's in the can. I can assure you that. You think it might be, but it's not. It's totally not. It's like I see it like it's like those you know, those lovely gold, like that gold confetti type stuff. It's certainly not worms. But your system needs to be ready for that. And that's your journey. That is your journey. That's why self-belief. That is why self-belief is so hard. Because you can believe in all these other things, but you don't believe in you. And it's that layers, it's those layers. It's the beliefs, it's a combination of the beliefs, and it's a combination of the experiences and the conditions. And then it's the combination of not trusting yourself and not having not shown up for yourself and being reliable for yourself. And it's in the action. It's in the doing that you unlock those codes and then you lock them down. And that's what most people need help with. If that's you, reach out and let me know. I have to run, but I hope that's been helpful for you. And I want to leave you with this. You know that there is something in you. I know you do. Even if you don't know, I know. I see it. I feel it. I know that you know. And you do know. You wouldn't be looking otherwise. And I know that you're looking. And you're right to be looking. You absolutely are right to be looking. And you know what else you're right to do? Is to stop accepting things that don't align and that aren't worthy of your time and your attention and your energy and your talents. Because there is something inside of you, you know it. And one day, you know, I mean, everyone is here. Well, not everyone is going to feel it, because the reality is that not everyone's at that level. Not everyone comes in with the same codes, with those codes active, because people are at very different spiritual levels of their journey and their energy fields. And depending on what's still blocked into their soul, that stuff has to release first. That's your journey. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I will look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to cover, that you're interested in. You know, don't underestimate the power of these words and of you listening and of you showing up and of you being here, in you asking a question, because everything is energy, and whatever you're doing or not doing, you're emitting a frequency. So if you have a question, ask it. I'm here to answer and here to help. Mwah. Talk soon. Bye.